modern glittering arena. It's one of the grounds where we've seen the roof close, the air conditioning on. It's not at the mercy of the Texas summer heat. The performance levels have been a little bit sluggish. A bit late there, Fabian Ruiz on Dayot Upamecano. He wagged his finger at the referee to suggest he pulled his foot away in time. I think he did, you know. Have a look at the replay. It's actually his standing leg that just slips out from underneath him. He did catch Upamecano. No foul from Rodri. Thabal down the line for Lamine Yamal. Inside it goes to Pedro Porro. Now Rodri. Played off to Aymeric Laporte. Kubasi. Porro. Yamal. Thabal. Yamal. Tried to escape Barcola. Felt he was caught there. Barcola protested his innocence immediately, and the referee allowed them to continue here. France, Elise, Mbappé tried to find Barcola. It was Kubasi in the way. Now Ruiz. He does steady the ship alongside Rodri in that Spanish engine room. Pedri will feel a little bit aggrieved that he hasn't started today, but you can understand considering the attacking talents and passing quality that France have. Yeah, Thabal's gone down holding his neck. That's been spotted by the referee. Maxence Lacroix, it was the man closest to him. This has been given as a foul, I think, on Thabal from Maxence Lacroix. Just bumps into him. A little whiplash from Thabal. There was contact earlier from Barcola on Lamine Yamal. Slight, step of the toe. Not much more than that. Well, a second Spanish goal would really put the cat amongst the pigeons. As we said, chances have been at a premium as Lamine Yamal has just goated it behind Lacroix. Yamal denied by Mate Maignan, and he was offside anyway, Lamine Yamal. Well, so many stars have certainly come to light at this tournament. Lamine Yamal really hasn't exploded as we have seen so often on the international stage. This might be the game for him. Maybe even Sunday. Olmo was stretching, couldn't get on the end of it, but Luca Digne's given it away. Here's Porro for Dani Olmo. Yamal. Rodri. Kubasi. Ruiz. Cucurella. Left-hand side now for Alex Baena. Koundé retreating. Baena. Edge of the box. Thabal. The flick to Dani Olmo didn't quite work. Still made room for his shot. Once again, France slow to close down. Eventually it's Maxence Lacroix that gets across and making sure that's over the crossbar. There's a touch off Maxence Lacroix, but just hurried him a little bit. There's no width down the right, on either flank. I hate to describe it as such, but the likes of Elise, Barker can at times be luxury players. They don't offer too much protection in front of Luca Digne and Jules Koundé. That means that Manu Kone and Aurelien Tchouameni have to do a lot of defending, which leaves a big space in the middle of the park. No one to carry the ball, no one to drive with that Spanish defence from central positions. That's something that Spain certainly do have. It's a good balance of it as well. Rodri, who's brilliant at reading the game, breaking things up and distributing, but also Fabian Ruiz, who can do a bit of everything. Here's Lamine Yamal, lovely turn away from Luca Digne. Barcola it is getting back, and it's a good challenge just to knock him off balance. Right, man, you'll have to scramble as the pass back from Upamecano was a little bit loose. That's away by Maignan. Met in the centre circle by Rodri. Out to Cucurella on the far side. How many wins the throw-in. Backwards by Upamecano to the goalkeeper. Next one's the Qua of Crystal Palace. One of 3 Crystal Palace players. These 2 squads represented this evening. I thought they had 13 players in the tournament. A representation in 3 of the final 4 teams in the World Cup. The international pinnacle of sport. Elise, a little back heel to Barcola. Kylian Mbappé. Kone moves it on. Here's Chouameni of Real Madrid. Dembélé tried the return pass to Jules Koundé, just caught on his heels a little bit there. Mind you, you're listening to independent studio-based commentary of this global showpiece event. Porro bounces up and hits Maxence Lacroix. Gets control of it. It's Michael Elise. Chouameni. Upamecano. On the right-hand side is Jules Koundé. Just lost his footing there. Alex Baena was in close attendance, comes away with it. It's broken down. One way went one way, the ball went the other. Is Elise. Barcola, left-hand side of the penalty area, steps into the box. Bradley Barcola. Pedro Porro just gets across him and allows Unai Simon to pounce on that one. Well, he's got really good reactions, Unai Simon. And the starting position is so often absolutely perfect. That, again, was just what was required from Unai Simon. That certainly wasn't from Upamecano. A little nibble on Alex Baena. France are about to make their 3rd change in the game. It's Desiree Doué who's about to come on. He was replaced by Bradley Barcola in the starting 11 this evening, but it's an experiment that hasn't really worked out. Now there is that pass from Kone looking for Mbappé. Picked up by Unai Simon. And then bowled to the feet of the 2 teenagers in this Spain 11. Oh, Kubasi, now Olmo, a bit more experienced. Oh yeah, Thabal, lovely turn in front of Upamecano. Yamal, Rodri, space out on that left-hand side. Cucurella getting forward. Fabian Ruiz tries to switch ball. Actually tried to just lift it into the path of Oyarzabal. Tried to put it into the box early when he's got a winning runner down the outside in the form of Marc Cucurella. Well, Barcola goes off and Desiree Doué comes on. It's just a 14th cap for Desiree Doué. It was a bit of a shock not to see him in the starting 11. The success Didier Deschamps has had in his 14 years as the French national team boss. Who are we to question his selection? Drew the penalty against Morocco and then slid Mbappé in for the opening goal as well. Desiree Doué, many said he was their best attacker that day in the last 8. Porro. Laporte. Olmo on the half turn between the lines, runners in front of him. Dani Olmo allowed to continue to Alex Baena on the left-hand side. Shifted onto his right. Baena drives that straight at Koundé. Keeps the ball moving though. Here's Rodri. Fist towards the back post towards Lamine Yamal. Headed away by Luca Digne. Drops here to Fabian Ruiz. To his right for Pedro Porro. Porro. Olmo. Little layoff. Maybe a chance. Pedro Porro! It's through Maignan, and it's 2-0 Spain, and it's a brilliantly worked goal. Out of everyone in this Spanish side, you wouldn't have put your money on Pedro Porro popping up in that position, but it's perfectly placed Past Mike Maignan. And where have we seen this before? France trail by 2 after a little bit less than an hour. That hill to climb just got a little steeper. It's brilliant from Olmo initially. Just bounces off Dani Olmo. Played in by Pedro Porro, who follows his path in. Dayo Upamecano pauses briefly to appeal his innocence. Maxence Lacroix is left hopelessly out of position. And Pedro Porro has the time and space to take a touch, pick his spot, and place it past Maignan. It's only his second international goal. His first, well, that came 12 days ago against Austria. Now France have it all to do. Fabian Ruiz, well, he can't make it worse for them. But the warning signs have been there for France. They've been in this position. Mike Maignan took a chance there on the pressure from Moyat Tharbal. He's got the advantage though as France move it on. Well, a reminder, 4 years ago in Lusail, France were awful for an hour, 2-0 down against Argentina, and forced it to extra time and almost won it and lifted the whole thing. But for a Lionel Messi hat-trick. The ball in behind, it's Lamine Yamal that could make it 3. Lamine Yamal tries to sort his feet out. Oh, he's done it! It's offside. A lucky escape for the French. The assistant referee with his flag up on the near side. Lamine Yamal with his finger up wagging. He doesn't agree with this. They've restarted the game almost immediately. Fabian Ruiz playing the ball onto Rodri, but France are all at sea. He turned 19 yesterday, Lamine Yamal. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, it's so tight. It's so tight. It's a really good spot from the assistant referee on this near side. Kept his composure, Lamine Yamal, and a brilliant finish. It was rattled into the top corner. But it won't count. And France still alive, just about, in this semi-final. Upamecano forward to Elise. Tries to feed it down the line for Koundé. He can't handle the pass. It will be a Spanish throw-in. Unai Simon long. Back into the Spanish half by Lacroix. Elise's been bundled off the ball. It's Marc Cucurella. Back with Aymeric Laporte. Pedro Porro, scorer of the second. Rodri, Laporte. Put it in these terms. 63 minutes on the clock. France still to register a single shot on target. Just 2 shots in total so far. Here's Porro forward to Yamal. Lovely back heel, back to Pedro Porro. He wants it back here, Lamine Yamal. Olmo in the middle of the park. To twist away. One back, and here's Mbappé. Still going. Draws Unai Simon into a save at his near post. First save he's had to make for a long time, and I think this is probably a cross from Kylian Mbappé. Might be sneaking in there though. Can Elise get this right? He'll take it short. And Dembélé, Didier. That's drilled against Pedro Porro. It's momentarily switching off there, the Spanish defence. "25 minutes to play. Spain with a 2-goal lead. France chasing the game now. Elise with the outswinger towards the near post, flicked over the crossbar by the heel of Aurelien Chouameni. Tried to improvise the finish. Dani Olmo. Ran into traffic in the centre circle. Here's Rodri. Takes the free kick short to his right-hand side. It's given away by Spain. They struggle to stick or twist here. Maignan. Chouameni. Lacroix. Kone. Little back heel. Almost got in each other's way there, Kone and Lacroix, but it's Kone with the ball. Back to Maignan. Now Maxence Lacroix. Here to Didier. Digne for Doué. Doué for Chouameni. Right-hand side now for Koundé. Koundé down the line for Elise. In fact, it's Ousmane Dembélé. Stepping in off the touchline. Mbappé in a central position. Lays it off to Kone. Kone to Doué. Looking for Digne, sliding in Pedro Porro. That'll be a throw-in for France. Desiree Doué receives it from Digne. Chouameni just outside the centre circle. Wide it is Dembélé, but quite narrow here, France. To Mbappé, edge of the box, gets his shot away. Deflected wide. That'll be a corner. First time he's seen any space, and it's a brilliant intervention from Marc Cucurella. Taken short again by Elise. It's back with him. Laid off to Digne. Elise. Doué. From a long way out. Too many bodies between him and the goal, but it's back to him. Back heel, Elise. Down the outside now is Digne towards the back post. Unai Simon could watch that all the way into his gloves and releases early. Maignan came a long way and wins it with his head. Nods it forward down the line for Michael Elise, because Lamine Yamal might have got on the end of that if that starting position from Mike Maignan was right, if he made a meal of the header. Switch out to the right-hand side for Kylian Mbappé, but the offside flag is up. According to the statistics, when he drove down that left-hand side and Unai Simon shoveled it round the post, that was recorded as a cross. So, officially, France still waiting for their first shot on target. Olmo, Fabian Ruiz. Here's Alex Baena. Ruiz, Baena, Ruiz. Baena was caught off the ball. Ivan Barton. Happy for them to continue as Alex Baena hauls himself back to his feet. Laporte for Ruiz. Aymeric Laporte. And this time he is caught again, Alex Baena. The same player, Jules Koundé. You could just feel French frustration now. It's clever from Alex Baena. Got his body in front of Jules Koundé. It's the last chance for Didier Deschamps to have a word with his players. It's the second hydration break of the game, and a good chance for us to remind you, listening to unofficial, independent, studio-based commentary. If the game is available wherever you are, make sure you're tuned in and watching along to what is a fascinating battle. But currently France are losing by 2-0. 20 minutes remaining. At the moment, it does seem like a battle of a team of very talented individuals against a proper Belgian team who know how to play with each other. The European champions leading the favourites, Luis de la Fuente. Concentrated, focused as he dishes out the instructions to the 11 players around him. Importantly as well, they still have all 5 changes to make. Before the match, Patrick Vieira, World Cup winner for France, European champion for France, said that Spain would have to play 12 out of 10 to beat France this evening. Well, it's been France who have played well below their level. Spain have been good, they've been solid, they've been well organised, but it's been made easy for them. And the changes are incoming. Ryan Cherki stripped off and ready to come on. Theo Hernandez as well. Looks like he's going to replace Jules Koundé. Maybe even Luca Digne. Well, something has to change for France if they are to hold any aspirations of reaching the final and making history. It is going to be Theo Hernandez. Didier Deschamps rolling the dice here with less than 20 minutes of the 90 remaining, plus whatever the officials add on. Michael Olise, a rare quiet night for him. He'll be replaced by Ryan Cherki, and it is Luca Digne who gave away the penalty for the opener, who goes off, who was caught out of position for Pedro Porro's second. Hernandez will get forward a little bit more. He has to. And Ryan Cherki, a bit of magic. He says he really hates that modern data-driven football. Quote attributed to him says, robots are good, but magic is better. Can he produce something special? Can he sprinkle a little bit of fairy dust on this game? Heaven knows France need him to do so now. Lacroix. Kone. Laid off to Upamecano. Dembele. Upamecano. Across to Maxence Lacroix. Mbappé turns in front of Koubasi. To his left for Desiree Doué. Cross blocked by Pedro Porro. And then hooked away by Fabian Ruiz from the edge of the penalty area. Oyarzabal gets there in front of Upamecano. Kept in play on the near side by Lamine Yamal. Spain preparing a change. It's Ferran Torres who's about to come on. And it's for Mikel Oyarzabal. A straight stop up front. The finish line is in sight now. Can Ferran Torres help steer them past the checkered flag? And straight into the thick of things, Ferran Torres. Been found by Lamine Yamal, but he's in an offside position. It's the first Spanish change of the evening, can you believe? All 5 changes now made by France. Koundé goes down, ran into Baena. Referee not impressed. Here's Cherki for Lacroix. Now with Doué on this left-hand side for France. Breezes past Yamal, next up is Porro, tries to clip it into a area for Mbappé to try and get on the end of, but even the fleet-footed Kylian Mbappé won't get on the end of that pass. Lofted away by Aymeric Laporte. Maignan. Here's Theo Hernandez. Chouameni. Maxence Lacroix. Upamecano. Chouameni. Kone. Mbappé. Can turn near halfway. Followed by Lamine Yamal. Tries to slide in and win it back. That's going to be a foul. And a free kick. First time he's really been able to accelerate away. And an apology from Lamine Yamal. Just mistimed the challenge. Didier Deschamps, right in the ear of Glenn Nyberg, the 4th official. He wants a booking for the teenager there, and you can see that's why I think he's probably taking the risk there, Lamine Yamal, that he knew he was going to bring him down at the very least and stop the momentum. A set piece for France here on the left-hand side, 30 yards from goal, very wide though. Will it be Cherki? No, it'll be Dembélé, right-footed. A decent delivery from the 6-yard line. Rodri got his head to it, but the referee blows the whistle, and that'll be a free kick for Spain from 6 yards. A foul by Maxence Lacroix. He's getting ever more frustrated every time the camera cuts to him, Didier Deschamps. No longer on his seat, he's right on the edge of his technical area. 2 more changes for Spain. And we're going to see Mikel Merino and Pedri come on. Dani Olmo wandering towards the touchline. Mikel Merino has scored both the goals that took Spain to this stage, and Fabian Ruiz is also going to be replaced. It's a 50th cap for Mikel Merino. The Spanish newspapers have dubbed him San Marino, Saint Marino, play on words after his exploits against Portugal and then Belgium. Only 2 games before this. Here is Pedri's first involvement. In fact, it's Mikel Merino. Pedri to his left. Baena in towards Ferran Torres. It's just his second touch, and it's so close. to putting the game to bed for Spain. Rodri. Cucurella, left-hand side. 10 yards inside French territory. Just over the border, you might say. Cucurella backwards. All the way back to Unai Simon. Long ball forward, looking for Ferran Torres. Up go the heads, it's Upamecano that rises highest over Marino. That'll be a foul on Kone though. Ivan Bartone blowing the whistle. France playing it short, it's Cherki. Lacroix, edge of the centre circle. Back to him by Koundé. Upamecano. Desiree Doué. Back of Porro, Theo Hernandez into the 6-yard box, but it's straight into the arms of Unai Simon. What was noticeable, there was no one in the box really, bar Kylian Mbappé at the back post. And his head down, Theo Hernandez, expecting someone to be busting a gut to get on the end of it. Here's Marino. Pedri. Koundé across. It's his club colleague for a throw-in. Still lacking that urgency, France. And Cherki just runs straight into Cucurella. There's Pedri. Here comes again, Ray and Cherki. Too much on that pass for Dembélé to handle. Shake of the head from the French fans. Sometimes there's a sense that things aren't going to go your way. It's a feeling that's been growing. And as we enter the final 10 minutes of the 90, it's a feeling that's starting to pervade around this ground. In by Cucurella to Ferran Torres. It's off the Barcelona forward for a French throw-in. Koundé takes the ball out of the hands of Tchouaméni. In by Koundé. Cherki, ball over the top. Keeper came a long way. Unai Simon gets his header to it. Desiree Doué lines things up. Simon was outside the box, but he got himself in line and stopped Doué's effort. It took a bit of time on it, Doué. For a moment, France couldn't believe their luck. But Unai Simon, who's been in that position all evening, did so well initially, and then to recover and get in the way of Doué's effort. Here he is again, Desiree Doué, sliding in Porro. It's a French throw. It's in by Doué. Porro stays down. Mbappé, France play on. Tchouaméni. Koundé. Low in towards the near post. Combination of Laporte and Koubasi, get it away somehow. Theo Hernandez. Porro hobbling. Hernandez, Unai Simon comes, and Unai Simon's been caught. Referee says it's a corner. Unai Simon's caught one in the face though. It's brave goalkeeping. Let's have a look at the replay. Sure he's even been caught in the face, to be honest. He has to go for that, Theo Hernandez. Unai Simon not happy. Theo Hernandez did get there first. Considering bringing on Nico Williams. It won't be a corner, it will be a goal kick. In fact, two changes. Marcos Llorente and Nico Williams both about to come on. Pedro Porro's going to hobble off. This is Alex Baena. Final 2 changes for Spain. A big 7 minutes for them. An even bigger 7 minutes for the French. They are so close, Spain, to their first final in this tournament since when they won it 16 years ago. One from Simon. Going to won by Marino. Torres just thrusts Theo Hernandez off the ball. A bit too aggressively, according to Ivan Barton. Lacroix. Koundé. Dembélé. It's off Williams for a throw-in. Here's Manu Kone. Theo Hernandez. Back to Maxence Lacroix. France still struggling to conjure anything up. Cherki. Upamecano. Chouameni. Theo Hernandez. Little back heel from Doué. Dembele's after it and will get there. Held up by Rodri, who concedes the foul. 5 minutes to go. Free kick on the left-hand side. Ousmane Dembélé standing over it. Ray and Cherki will offer his services as well. Thought about taking it quickly, but waited for Upamecano to get up from the back. It's a really poor delivery from Ousmane Dembélé. Barely got off the ground. Snapped away by Rodri. Ferran Torres, rather. Maignan meets it in the centre circle. Now Cherki. Drifting away from Pedri. Cherki trying to flick it over the top. And it's just guided back to the goalkeeper, Unai Simon, by Llorente and Kubasi. Unai Simon now tempting Kylian Mbappé. And that was silly from Mbappé. And he's going to be shown a yellow card. Just tried to hurry him up. Oh, jabbed a leg towards him. It's unnecessary. He's pulled the foot away in time to make sure it's just a yellow card, but he knew exactly what he was doing there, Unai Simon, and he got exactly the reaction he wanted from the French captain. There has been no French resistance. There's been no fight back. They are so close to a place in the final. Spain, a trip to the northeast, to New Jersey, to face one of England or Argentina. Unless something quite remarkable happens in these next 3 minutes plus added time. Nico Williams threatening to burst past Chouameni, who has to bust out the acrobatics to get that one clear. Dembélé, now Cherki. Running through traffic. Dembélé keeps it moving. Desiré Doué. Ran into Lamine Yamal. That'll be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, it's right on the edge of the box. To say this probably has to go in some way, shape or form if France are to conjure up the most unlikely of comebacks. It is Mbappé standing over it. It looks like he wants to take this on himself. It's right on the edge of the box towards this near side, this left-hand side. Ryan Cherky's going to walk away. Kylian Mbappé, 3 in the wall. Mbappé drills it over the top. It's far too high. And that sums up France's evening. Cheers from the Spanish supporters. Further frowns furrowing the brows of the French. That's long from Unai Simon. Flicked on by Marino. Now Lamine Yamal. Dipping away from Theo Hernandez. Was he shoved there, Lamine Yamal? He's tumbled over the touchline. Referee says goal kick. He's being helped back to his feet by Theo Hernandez. Let's have a look at the replay. Couple of shoves. He's just stepped on his arm as he's gone to ground there, Lamine Yamal. Don't think it's a penalty. It's the coming together in the box. We're into the 90th minute now. Koundé. Kone bursting down the right-hand side. Doesn't have any support. There's no movement. There's no energy. Lacroix. Kone. Cherky. Hernandez, back heel, Dembélé, Cherky tries to slide it through to Kylian Mbappé. Cucurella is the right man in the right place. Corner taken short by Dembélé, Tudue. Dembélé floats it towards the back post. That's away by Kubasi. Drops it to Koundé on the far side. We've played 90 minutes. Here's Kylian Mbappé. In towards the near post. Flicks off Laporte. Will play 7 minutes as a minimum more. Kone. Hernandez. Cherky. Kone all the way through. Simon was jumpy. Cucurella with the presence of mind to withdraw his head just in the nick of time, with his goalkeeper wandering off into no man's land. Long from Unai Simon, as far away from his goal as he can possibly get it. Pedri. Yamal. Pedri. Just holding the ball so well here, Spain. Llorente. Kubasi. Olé greets every Spanish pass now. Laporte. Koundé. Williams gets his toe to it. Now it'll drop to him. Marino, far side. Pedri. Marcos Llorente. Here's Lamine Yamal. Little drop of the shoulder. Tries to have the beating of Theo Hernandez. Was there a shove? Assistant referee close to it. Not interested. It's Theo Hernandez back to Maxence Lacroix. Took a chance with a little turn away from Ferran Torres in his own penalty area. Here's Chouameni. Koundé. Early for Mbappé, followed by Kubasi. Cucurella is there as well, and it's good defensive work for a man who's been one of Spain's best performers this evening. Pedri. Llorente. Yamal. Llorente. Rodri. That'll be a free kick for Spain. Is it safe enough to say that Spain are through? You never know. Time, at the very least, for a couple of goals. But they need to come soon. From a French perspective, Rodri with the layoff. Pedri in the centre circle. Kubasi back to Rodri. Spins it first time round the corner. Here's Lamine Yamal. Llorente. All the way back to Unai Simon. Llorente with the clearance. Bit of a hack straight up in the air. Theo Hernandez meets it on halfway. Kubasi nods it forward again. Taken down by Upamecano. Ferran Torres pokes it free. Nico Williams will get there ahead of Upamecano. Williams tiptoeing into the penalty area. Williams on his own towards the near post. It's off the base of the woodwork. And behind, there was no one with him. If he was going to make it three, he would have had to done it by himself. Doué. Hernandez takes the throw in into Mbappé. Mbappé to Cherki. Cherki has Dembélé alongside him. Feeds Ousmane Dembélé onto his left. That was the chance they were looking for, and it's straight into the gloves of Unai Simon. It's not a bad chance for a man of his qualities. Tries to bend it past Marc Cucurella. Marino. Ferran Torres for Nico Williams. Koundé is down. Spain happy to just keep the ball now. It's Cucurella. And now Laporte. Rodri. Pedri. Llorente. Pedri. Llorente. That's back to Kubasi. Unai Simon. Long towards the halfway line. Won by Chouameni. Cucurella wins it back though in front of Ray and Cherki. Drops to Pedri here. Lifts it over the head of Maxence Lacroix. Cucurella. Lamine Yamal. Right hand side. 90 seconds remaining. And that's how to play for a Spanish throw in. Well, not have enough space to take it. All the Spanish substitutes and coaches are on their feet, ready to celebrate. Here's Lamine Yamal. Yamal tries to draw the free kick. Kone wins it cleanly. Here's Cherki. Doué. Big switch of play out to Dembélé on the far side. Cucurella goes to meet him. Dembélé takes it down impeccably. Here's Ousmane Dembélé, only player in the box. Dembélé towards the near post, pushed away by Unai Simon. They're testing him now, but far too late. Manu Kone. Kone for Doué. Doué for Mbappé. Tries to curl one. That's over the crossbar. And that could be that for France's hopes of glory. Surely now. Luis de la Fuente high-fiving his teammates, his coaching team, his squad. France can't quite believe what they've seen. The French supporters in the stands look shell-shocked. The Deschamps era, after 14 years, is coming to an end in a bit of a whimper as the referee blows the whistle. France crash out of the tournament. Spain, for the first time since 2010, through to the final. Prior to this tournament, that was the last time they'd won a knockout game at this global stage. Well, they're back. They'll be back in New Jersey. France's flight home will wait. They'll play for third place. But it's Spain that booked their place with an impeccable performance. Professional from the off. France frustrating. They'd caught the eye from the word go. Everyone expected them to go all the way at least to the showpiece final. But for the first time in this tournament, they struggled to make an impact. Their glittering stars didn't shine quite so brightly. This Spanish team, they are packed with talent of their own. But it was a proper team performance from Luis de la Fuente's men that earns themselves a place and potentially a chance at lifting the silverware on Sunday. It's a place that France probably thought that they were heading for. Instead, it's the European champions looking to add the world title to their glittering trophy cabinet for just the second time in their history. We'll find out whether it's Argentina or England, the opponents, on Sunday. But today, against the side that many have called the best in the tournament,